Someone brought up a really good point, and we're going to get to the results here. I really need to think of something, and maybe you guys can give me a little bit of input. Something that could be done for winners of the Music Madness tournament that have already had a discography review done for them. Mainly because for the second straight year, we've encountered this issue where both of the people who are in the final two have already had a discography review done for them. And we are going to have a winner here. But I would like to do something special for the winner, as opposed to having them just have the title of Music Madness champion and then have the discography review go to a band that didn't win. It almost seems against the policy or against the rules, but it's the only thing that I could think of at the time, considering it was a situation that I actually never thought that I was going to encounter. However, I've encountered it now 2 years in a row, so it's time to rectify this, so I'm open to suggestions. With that said, here we are, ladies and gentlemen, the results of 2014 Music Madness, the finals. Who's going to get the discography review? Who's going to get the coveted title of Music Madness champion? And join the pantheon of bands such as Opeth, such as Death, such as Megadeth, and such as Iron Maiden? Well, it's time to find out. Now, as you know, the last two bands that were standing were Dream Theater and Mastodon. Now, one thing I am going to do is that in the top left and right hand corner of the screen, you're going to see links to the discography reviews of each of these bands. So, for whichever one that you voted for, or if you want to look at the other one, or if you want to look at both, you can click on those and it'll take you straight to the discography review, and you can get started there. However, for the results and your winner in 2014 Music Madness, by a count of 149 to 140, so this was actually a relatively close matchup. It was very neck and neck through and through, and in fact, when counting votes, it looked a lot closer until I took into account people who used shorthand. Your winner and 2014 Music Madness champion is Dream Theater. Nice. Looks like the new album, the discography review, and everything was definitely well worth it in 2013. However, Mastodon's discography review from 2012 is also a fantastic watch, and one that I certainly recommend that you do. Now, it's from a different location, this location, as opposed to the Studio 2.0 for the Dream Theater one, but location doesn't matter. It's all about the information. So now I have to actually go to the mystical notebook. That way we can talk about who wins the discography review. Because remember, there were 6 bands that had this capability, they had this potential. So we're going to go from bottom to top, and by the time we get to the top, you'll know exactly who won. The band that got the fewest votes was Anthrax with 32. Next to last was Enslaved with 33. Fourth place was Overkill with 42. Third place was Creator with 43. Second place was Carcass with 53. And the band that will finally get a discography review on this channel, I think this is something that's been clamored for quite a long time, and it's kind of surprising that I've never actually done it. With 78 votes, Alice in Chains. This is something I'm going to be looking to do pretty quickly, because it's not exactly a long discography review. However, it is one that whenever I do get down into it, I'm going to have a lot to say. Because this is a discography review that, to me, is just absolutely fantastic. Now, I've done some Alice in Chains works in the past. I've talked about some of these albums in the past. Most recently, I talked about The Devil Put Dinosaurs Here last year whenever it was released. I don't think I'm going to re-review that album, considering that review is so recent. However, the other ones, including Black Gives Way to Blue and including Dirt, which I've done once before, I am going to redo. And it's not because I'm, not happy with them or anything like that. It's actually because, much like with some of the Metallica albums that I re-reviewed in their discography review in 2013, I want to see how my opinions and how everything has changed over the course of, a couple of years or however long it's been since I've reviewed some of these albums, because that's something that's certainly possible. Not to mention, I hope to also bring this band to a wider audience, and that's going to be really difficult to do considering Alice in Chains already has a lot of fans. However, if I can just turn 1 or 2 other people onto the band, that'd be great too. So there you have it. Dream Theater has won the coveted crown of Music Madness champion here in 2014. And Alice in Chains will be getting a discography review. Now that discography review, of course, will have to wait until I finish the Testament one, which, well, that's really been stalling, but that gives me more motivation to continue and get that done. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, all of you who voted, all of you who participated in making the 2014 Music Madness Tournament once again another smashing success, another, tons of fun, month of March for both me and hopefully also for everybody in the nation, all of you guys. I'll see you guys in 2015 where we're going to do this all over again and we're going to have just as much fun, if not more, because hopefully by next year we'll have a lot more votes for me to count and this just becomes more and more complex and difficult and I may have to use word counters and stuff like that. Yeah. Thanks, guys. I'll talk to you guys later. And congratulations once again to the winners, to Alice in Chains for winning a discography review, and to Dream Theater, your 2014 Music Madness champions.